Hello and welcome to your favorite program, Gospel Light, showing right here on your television. If you're just joining us for the first time, a warm welcome to you. I am your host, Jennifer Okolo. Today is an exclusive episode and I have with me in the studio someone who has been doing the Lord's work over time now. And he is here and we're going to be having a chit chat. We're going to be having fun. So do stay tuned because after this break, I am going to be unveiling my guest. Do stick with us. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is your number one program, Gospel Light, where we do everything the gospel. And with me in the studio is no other than the one and only Promise Benson. You're welcome to the program.
It's my pleasure to be here.
First question, how do you feel?
Well, okay, so let me start by saying that I'm excited. Once you're alive, it's enough for you to be excited. So I'm alive and I'm excited to be here. Yeah.
All glory to God in the highest.
Yes.
So a lot of people will be wondering, who is Promise Benson? So let's get to know you.
Okay, Promise Benson is a guy. Okay, so Promise Benson, my name is Promise Benson. Yes, I'm a music minister and I'm from Imo State.
Okay.
And I've been doing music for a while now, and I'm here basically. So this is who Promise Benson is basically.
All right. So you've been doing music for a while. Were you a church boy, like growing up in church choir, or what's the story?
Oh, okay, very well. I'm a church boy. I am a church boy. Then the journey started from, my mom would say I started music from her tummy basically. I used to make sound. I realized that growing up, I fell in love with music. When I go to church as a small boy and I see them playing the drums, I come back home, I'll use spoon and everything I can find in the kitchen to just be making sound. And before they knew it, whenever I go to church, I always want to sit around the drummer. And by age 7, 8, thereabout, I started playing the drums.
Wow.
So I started pretty much as a church boy, playing drums in church. And then at some point when the fame became kind of, when I became a bit famous as a drummer, I tried out a competition called, back then, Benson and Hedges. And I kind of won, and I became like a drummer for Benson and Hedges Grab the Mic competition, basically. And then before you knew it, I started playing in hotels, clubs, events, and then I drifted away from the church, basically. But as God will have it, it was my destiny to come back. And one day something happened to me, something miraculous happened to me. I'd gone to play for a show in Calabar. I came back, I had this pain in my hands. I couldn't put my hands down, so my hands were like this. Every attempt to stretch my hand, I'll feel like a very excruciating pain. And I couldn't tell my mom, I couldn't tell anybody because I practically left the house to go on that trip, basically. So one day I came back, I was in my friend's house, Delby, the recent Delby. I was in his house and I was just sleeping. And I just silently made a prayer. I'm like, God, if you can heal this hand, I want to sleep now and wake up by 1 p.m. Sorry. If you heal this hand, I won't do secular music again. I just said it like joke, and I slept. 1 p.m. exactly, someone tapped me. So I woke up. I thought it was my guys trying to just pull a stun on me. So I didn't see anybody. I went outside. I looked around. I didn't see anybody. It didn't even occur to me that my hands were moving freely.
Wow.
So when I came back, I was just talking. I was like, "Who they do this thing? Stop them! I don't like them." So it dawned on me that I'm moving my hands, and so I did my hands and I moved it. There was no stress. I ran home. And I knelt down before my mom, because before then it was like a prayer point, like how can our son, my dad hated music because music took me away from church, so I knelt down before my mom. I'm like, okay, I'm done with secular music. I want to play for church, basically. So that was how I found my way back to church. And ever since then, I've been stuck with being in church and
That was
serving
like
God.
how many years back?
So many years back. This was in 2000 or 99 thereabouts. It was a
Wow.
long time. Yeah, it was a very long time.
Well,
Yeah.
we thank God for
Yeah.
bringing you back
Yes,
to
I'm glad
His
to be back.
presence, and we're so glad to have you.
Yes.
Doing what you're doing in the ministry right now.
Yeah.
So, basically, how has the journey been so far? In this present age, especially, we have so many gospel artists coming up. So, how has it been for you?
Okay, well, for me, practically, it's been awesome. It's been amazing. For me, the reason I said that is when I started music, it wasn't for the money. Basically, it was a passion that we had, that we wanted to just serve, just express ourselves musically. So I wasn't thinking money. I wasn't thinking public fame or all of that. It was just basically expressing myself, and then it's been amazing. You do a work and it blesses somebody very far from where you are. You hear people call and say, man, you did so song, and I was playing it, and so thing happened to me. And for me, that's like the greatest joy in it. Not even the money, basically the fact that you can be in a region and somebody 1,000 miles away is being blessed by what you did in a small corner. It's amazing, basically. So the journey has been awesome. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of people. I had the privilege of going on tour with Avin Slaughter. It was an experience for me, basically, watching him closely, see how he ministers and all of that. And it's been amazing, basically. Amazing.
All right. I'm very sure when you had your first track out there, you must have faced a challenge or so.
Yeah. Also, when I decided to do music officially, like professionally, I came up with my first single, and then that was when it dawned on me that okay, this thing is not just about the talent. You need to have money to be able to push this thing, basically, you understand? Because every radio station you go to, they'll say, okay, lovely song, but you know that you have to see this person and see this person and see this person. So it dawned on me that okay, monies are needed to push this thing, basically, so that opened us up to another phase of what God has called us into, knowing fully well that when you go to studio to record, producer is going to ask you to pay, and then when you go to a mix or mastering engineer, they're going to ask you to pay. So at some point, you know that you need money to keep. I have a team that I travel with most of the time. You're not going to travel with them and tell them, God bless you for following me. Something like that. So it's been that whole album, releasing of a single kind of opened my eye to the realities that we have in the music ministry, basically.
All right. So overcoming those challenges now basically is being God all
the way.
The way.
All the way.
Okay, now so we just had a new song that just came out and is making waves. And this song, personally, when I listened to it, like it was so, I didn't even know that it was that lengthy, because I just enjoyed the tune and I was just like wow. I was like wow. I was actually studying. I was like, this song sounds actually, gosh, this is amazing. So what's the inspiration behind the song?
Okay, so that song, I get to hear, people get to ask me these questions a lot, like what inspired the song. And truly, I can't remember at any point where I sat down to pen down any of those lines. What happened was we had a medical emergency in my house. We're trusting God for something medically, and then when we got to the hospital, the doctor said it can't work based on this outcome. And truly, I checked on Google and I realized that the doctor was not lying, but then I knew within me that there's a superior report that I ought to believe. I learned over time that what is true may not necessarily be the truth. You understand? So I accepted the doctor's report, but then I wasn't satisfied with it. So I told my wife, you need to go back to this doctor again for us to check. And so that day I was hoping a miracle will happen. And then when she got to the hospital, it was the same thing. And they said, so we cannot continue, we have to terminate. I'm like, okay, I paid so much money. Are you going to do a refund of the money since we are not continuing? And they said, no, we're treated some, we'll do a calculation of what we have done, and what is left is what we're going to give back to you. And I said, okay, do your calculation. And they did calculation, and the margin between what I paid and what they are refunding back to me does not make sense at all. And so I was angry. And so the doctor said, we need you to consent that we are terminating. They were on the phone. I was driving, so I parked. And in that moment, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I just said, oh God, I can't waste this money. I need you to come through for me, basically. And it was just like I was having a conversation with somebody in the car. There was nobody in the car, but it felt like I was having a conversation with somebody. And I heard it clearly. What do you call me? And I responded, I said, healer. He said, if that's what you call me, that is what I am. You understand? And that was how the song came. That's in everything about that song. In that moment, that was how it came. So I called back and I said, continue. And the doctor said, no, you don't understand. I said, continue. It's okay. If you want us to continue, come and pay the balance. I said, no problem. I'll pay the balance. Continue. And God came through, basically. And the doctors were dazed. They were like, we have never seen this happen before. Like, this is a pure miracle, And so that was how that song came. And later on, when I started singing the song, God would direct me to Exodus, basically the encounter Moses had with him. When he was introducing himself to Moses, he said, I am that I am, meaning I am whatever I choose to be. That was what he said to Moses. But then when he was sending Moses to the children of Israel, he didn't say, I am that I am. He just said, tell them I am sent me. So I was now asking in my head, where is the remaining that I am? And then I heard it clearly. That was a blank check for them to feel whatever they want God to be, because there are many, their needs are different. You understand? Yeah, they were all into slavery, but their needs were different. So it was left for them to put what they wanted God to be to them part time. So it dawned on me that, okay, so apart from God being our general God, he can actually fit it into our specific needs and meet our specific needs. So that was the inspiration behind the song, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so you're wondering, which song are we talking about? Right now, we're going to be rolling in No Argument by Promise Benson featuring Dunsin Oyinkan. Do listen and be blessed. We'll be right back.
Exaggeration, no argument. Who will call you? That's who you are. It's not an exaggeration, no argument.
Oh, what we call you, that's what you are. It's not an exaggeration, no argument. Hey, we call you, that's who you are.
You are my healer, healer, healer. Ah. I like to call him Father, 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 Father. One more time. He is your heavenly Father. Say Father, 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 Father. It's not an exaggeration. I say, you are my Savior, Savior, Savior. It's not an exaggeration. No, 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 no. I was lost in sin, but you came for me, my Savior, Savior, Savior. Hey, exaggeration. Someone in the furious and calling, say supplier, 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 I love to call him, say, lifter, lifter, for thou, Lord, are the shield for me. You are the my glory, and the lifter of my head. One more time, call him, say, lifter, 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 lifter. It's not an exaggeration. You may know what. Hey, I say, Ebuwebe, Ebuwebe, Ebuwebe. It's not an exaggeration. I'll sing it one more time. Say, Ebuwebe, Ebuwebe, Ebuwebe. It's not an exaggeration. No argument. Hey, we say, what's in the atata? What's in the atata? What's in the atata? It's not an exaggeration. No, 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 no. You are the river that will never dry. Oh, what's in the atata? It's not an exaggeration. Come on. All right. In your own words, come on, call him, call him, call him. We release your name. Whatever we call you, that's who you answer. That's what you see. You are a healer, provider, promoter, sustainer. You are my helper. For I will look up to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from God. You are a helper. Hey. We say, Alabadaina, Alabadaina, sure, Alabadaina, Alabadaina. It's not an exaggeration. Hey. One more time calling, say, Alabadaina, 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 Alabadaina. It's not an exaggeration. No, hey, we say, Olawababala, 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 Olawababala. One more time we say, Olawababala. Hey. Can you call him this one? I particularly love this one. Say, Abanilada, 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 Abanilada. It's not an exaggeration. One more time. No, I say even unto the uttermost. Abanilada, Abanilada, Abanilada. It's not an exaggeration. Hey. Say, Olori, Olori, Olori. Olori, Olori, Olori. It's not an exaggeration. Hey. Yes, sir. We say, Olori, Olori, Olori. Olori, Olori, Olori. It's not an exaggeration. Can you lift up your hands? I sense the anointing of the God of all possibilities. For he opens his hands and satisfies the desires of every living thing. I am the God of all flesh. Is anything to kapara. Hey, no argument. What we call you, that's what you are. It's not an exaggeration. No argument. Who we call you, it's not an exaggeration. No argument. Lift it up, everybody say. What we call you, that's what you are. It's not an exaggeration. No argument. No argument. Who we call you, that's who you are. It's not an exaggeration. No argument. No argument. Can you make it personal? What I call you. What I call you, that's what you are. It's not an exaggeration. No argument. Say who I call you. Who I call. That's who you are. That's who you are. Not an exaggeration. Not an exaggeration. Ooh, oh, argument. My Savior.
Right back, rolling, action.
Welcome back to the program. It's still your #1 gospel program right here on Viewer Television, Gospel Light, and we've been having a chit chat with Promise Benson. I believe that you've been blessed and been inspired by the story so far. So moving on quickly. Aside music, what else do you do? Because I'm not sure. Okay, let me not say I'm not sure. I want to believe that, okay, you're not really a full-time minister. I want to believe that maybe you have some other things that you're doing. So
Okay,
what else?
Okay, so I have a company. It's called MakeSense.com Limited.
Okay.
At MakeSense.com, we're a procurement broker.
Okay.
And we also have a part of the business where we do automobiles. You know, so that's what I do outside of music. And then music, ministry wise, I'm a pastor with the Transforming Church.
Okay.
You know, I'm a pastor with the Transforming Church outside of the music that I do. So a bit of ministry, more of ministry, and a bit of the secular work, basically.
Okay. So family.
Yes.
Children.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy. All right. Now, do you have concerns with music ministers of today? Because some people do not really. I tend to ask my guests this question. Some people just go into music basically maybe for the fame or for the money aspects. Understand? So, do you really have concerns with music ministers of today?
Yes, I do. Because the truth of the matter is, first of all, this is a gift from God, and it's supposed to actually serve God. You understand? Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong to go after money, but when you make money like the central focus, then you tend to lose the place of God in the ministry that God has given you. So it's for me, and I think that is basically done even in our churches today. Most pastors would rather go for music ministers that will bring fame to the church than going for those that truly are anointed, and they know that having this person is going to cause like a spiritual turnaround in church. So even from our pastors who do invite us, that's mark has been set. So it's about who is famous, who can direct traffic to our churches, and not about the spirit being in our church, basically. So for me, that gives me a concern, and what I try to do most times is when I go places to minister, as much as I like to take care of the people that work with me financially, I try to make my central focus God, basically. You find me praying before my time, saying, God, okay, all I want here is for your glory to come down in this place, for somebody to be healed, for somebody who is confused to receive direction and all of that. And I think that should be our primary aim, basically, to serve God and humanity with what He has given to us, basically.
Okay. Do you have a record label or intend to have one anytime soon?
Yeah, I have a record label. Yeah, okay. The company I talked about,
Okay.
there's an arm of the company that is into multimedia and entertainment, basically.
Okay.
So it's called makesense.com.
Okay,
Yes, makesense.com. The idea is everything that makes sense. Intellectual, creativity, art, everything is grouped in one. Makesense.com. So that's the label I'm signed under. And also happen to be the owner of the label.
Okay, so you like train gospel?
Yeah, we do trainings. We do consultancy and all of that, basically.
All right. That's really impressive, and that's really been nice. So do you have any words of advice, favorite scripture, anything nice that you want to just share with the people out there?
Okay, so this is what I've been saying over the years, and I think I'll repeat it here. If you're a young music minister and you're trying to go into it full time, I'd like you to know that you have to put your passion in front of you. Because you will not always get the money at first, basically. If money is your goal, then you are in for a trouble, because you will not always get the money at first. But if you have your passion in front of you, it keeps you going when the money is not coming, basically. So that's basically what I would tell everybody. Put your passion in front of you, put what God has given you in front of you, be passionate about it, believe in yourself, and keep pushing. One day your world will hear you, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
One day your world will
hear
you. It's really been nice having you join us right here in the studio.
My pleasure.
So guys, this is from Benson, and I'm really blessed by his story. Do not forget that this is your favorite program right here on your television, where we bring to your home screens your favorite gospel artists, producers, just name it. Anything gospel. And I've been talking with Promise Benson. I believe that you've been blessed and you've enjoyed each and every bit of the program. So right now I'm going to be leaving you with more songs from Promise Benson and other gospel artists, and I hope that you will be blessed. Do not forget, Gospel Light comes to you every Sunday 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. and we also have a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays by 5 p.m. So do stick around with us. We are always here to keep you updated about things happening in the kingdom. I remain your host, Jennifer Okolo, and do not forget to follow us on our social media platform. Do stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs. See you next time. Bye.
The atmosphere is ready. Promise Benson!
Hallelujah. Come on, go on and bless the name of the Lord. When Jesus is in the room, anything is possible. And I'm glad to let you know that Jesus is in this room this morning. He says, the atmosphere is ready, so you can move. My heart is ready, ready for you, for you. This atmosphere is ready. Jesus, move, move. Our hearts are ready, ready for you, for you. Let me sing. The atmosphere is ready. The atmosphere is ready. Spirit move, so you can move. weakness is down now because spirit move. Nothing survives your presence. So spirit of the Lord, please move now. Moving armies. Heal somebody. Spirit of the Lord, move. Move in this place, God. Yeah. Anybody ready? Say we ready. Jesus, we ready. We ready for you. Oh, we I like this part. He says, you can do anything you wanna do. Use anything you wanna use. I'm yours, Lord. I'm yours, Lord. You can do anything you wanna do. Use me anyhow you wanna use me. I'm yours, Lord. Do I have a witness in this place? Somebody say you can do anything you wanna do. Use anything you wanna use. I'm yours, Lord. I'm yours, Lord. Do anything you wanna do. I surrender all to you, God. Hey, say, I'm yours, Lord. I'm yours. Say, you can do anything. Say you. Say, I'm yours. I'm yours. Oh God, I'm yours. Say, you can do anything. Jesus, use me anything. I'm yours. I'm yours, Lord. Say, I'm yours. Trust the voices. Do anything. Come on, sing now. Use anything. I'm yours. Do I have a witness in this place? I surrender all, Jesus. Do anything. Use anything. Say, I'm yours. Oh, I'm yours. One more time. Say, do anything. Oh, this place is yours. This place is yours. Oh, it's yours, Lord. Yes, it's yours, Lord. My heart is yours. My life is yours. Yes, it's yours, Lord. Oh, it's yours. You can do anything you wanna do. Use anything you wanna use. I'm yours, Lord. I'm yours. You can do anything you wanna do. Use anything you wanna use. I'm yours, Lord. I'm yours.
Where you go, I follow. You're with me every step of the way. Here in the struggle, your love's enough to wash it all away. On the third day, yeah, you rose up and you beat death once and for all. Once and for all. Sometimes this world is feeling crazy. At times my mind is feeling lazy. But Lord, you always come and save me. God Almighty, my Savior. You're my end, you're my new beginning. You're my own, the one I confide in. You're the very air I breathe. You're the reason why I say,
Oh, I've tried it all. Nothing can fit the tempting fire. Till I met your love. You kind of find the I won't fall apart. On the third day, yeah, you rose up and you beat them once and for all. Oh, once and for all. Yeah.
there's nobody like you.
Yeah.
There's nobody like you, Jesus.
No, no.
There'll never be nobody like you.
No, 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 no. Hey.
There'll never be nobody like you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Why is there nobody like Jesus?
Nobody, nobody, nobody.
Hasn't billions of men and women lived on this planet? But why? Why are we convinced there's nobody like Jesus? Was he not merely a teacher, a prophet, an exegeter, an explainer, and yet we find ourselves in history wondering, is there anyone like Jesus? Who is this Jesus? This man from the Middle East who claims to be God. Is he God? Is he sinless? Is he perfection? Is he the once and for all sacrifice for humanity? Is he a man without fear? Did he become sin so that you and I might become right in our relationship with God? Is there nobody like Jesus? Did he die between two criminals and a crucifixion? 3 days later, did he rise again? Is the grave empty? Has he defeated death, hell, and the grave and sin itself? If so, there is nobody like Jesus.
Make some noise for Pink Sweat and Chandler Moore. Maybe you came tonight and didn't know what you're getting yourselves into. Maybe you've never had an encounter with this Jesus. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son for you, that whoever believes shall be saved. I know some of you in here want to be saved. And maybe you're having one of those God moments that I had when I was 10 years old, when I went, oh my goodness, he really is who he said he was. Those who call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Shall be saved. He's a great God. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath. It's your breath in our lungs. Pour out our praise. Pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. Great are you, great are you, Lord.
And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry and our bones must sing that great are you, Lord. Come on, Nashville, let me hear you say. The earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing that great are you, Lord. All around the world.
Shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing.
Come on. Let's shake the gates of hell. We'll shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing. You, Lord. Are you, Lord? It's your breath, oh God. Thank you, Lord. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise in our lungs. Thank you, God. Yeah. It's your breath in our lungs. Pour it out. So we pour out our praise. Pour out our praise in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. Come on, say, great are you, Lord God.
Great are you, Lord.
Thank him in advance for what he's doing right now, right now. Say, great are you, Lord.
Great are you, Lord.
We thank you for revival in Nashville. Great are you, Lord God.
Great are you,
We thank you for revival in our country, Lord. Say, great are you, Lord God.
great.
Oh, you're so great. Yes, yes.
Singing over the city. Nashville. Singing over the state of Tennessee.
Lord reigns. Let the earth be glad. Let the distant shores rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him and consumes his foes on every side. His lightning lights up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord. Oh, the heavens proclaim his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Oh God, let it rain. Let it rain over the city. Oh, show us your glory, God. Pour out your spirit. Let it rain over our children. Let it rain over our men and women. God, we want to see revival rain over Nashville. We want to see your city bow its knee, that every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Oh God, let it rain. Let it rain.
Let it rain. Open the floodgates. Healing rain is falling down. Healing rain is falling down. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Healing rain is falling down. Healing rain is falling down. Tonight. On this city.